Well, hello there, and welcome to Ladies and Gentledice. This is our 18th episode. We are very happy to see you. Rox, you got stuff.
Hi, I got stuff. Come and follow us on social media. We are on Twitter at Gentledice. We are on Instagram, Ladies and Gentledice, and you can also find all of our stuff on YouTube. Oh, we're on TikTok. Ha, that's what I always forget.
Aha!
We're on TikTok too, under Ladies and Gentledice, I believe.
Yep.
And on YouTube, you can find all of our previous episodes. So the previous 17 episodes, plus some cool, cocktail hour where we sit and chat about what's been happening in our episodes. Our new episodes come out every other Sunday on 4 p.m. Pacific time, and our rerun the Wednesday before run at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And then, yeah, everything also goes up on the YouTubes.
Yep.
So off to the YouTubes with you. Go, not right now. Right now, watch.
Not right. Yeah, right now.
Show. And
Watch the new episode.
on everything else on our YouTube.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Rox. Thank you very much, Rox. So with that, let's get started. So, for those of you who are new or are not familiar with it, rather than me doing a recap of just whatever I happen to remember from our previous episode, we have decided to do a new thing where we have one of our players explain to us what happened in the previous episode in character. It's been very fun, and I absolutely love it. This week, we're going to hear Zenral's perspective on what happened last week. Zenral, what the fuck happened?
You'll see Zenral late at night jotting down in a notebook. And this notebook reads, so I guess I'm going to start writing to myself. I don't know how this goes. But things are quite important, and I think I need to start taking notes. So we're going to start doing this. We're going to start taking notes. Today we woke up. Well, I woke up a while ago, but dragged Keithan out of an ocean, which is weird. I think it was Theon, judging by the mauve color of the octopus. So that's got to be good, right? I don't know. I don't know what all is going to work or not work. Everything's got to be important, right? I don't know. I saw a super small, wizardy looking dwarf in the crowd, so I decided to go talk to him. I heavily implied that I was a cop, but never specifically said I was a cop. So that can't be used against me. He thinks I'm a cop. I'm not actually a cop. I never said I was a cop. There was just lots of talk. And I think there might be something up with that wizard, that dwarf. I think he's a dwarf. Is he a dwarf? Yeah, he's a dwarf. No, he's a gnome. Oh gosh, I hope they don't get that wrong. What was his name? Erwin? Arlene? No, I think it was Erfwin. Erfwin's his name. I gotta remember this. Underscore. Because everything has been going on, we didn't get food, so we ordered some fish and chips from the little taco fish place down the way. You're ruining this. We got a little bit of food, and over food, we discussed about our next move. I think Fion's gonna send an animal messenger to Hala. She might have some information for us. We don't know. but there is talks of going into underwater cave. I think we're gonna follow Keithan's instincts, and I guess into the water we might go. What's the worst that could happen? And that's where the page ends. And I'm very sorry about the cat.
That was amazing. I like to think that Z is trying to write this like in the inn, and there is a very loud cat there while Z's just trying to write. Oh my god! But and Z's just like trying to focus, and they're just fucking cat. But thank you very much, Z. And with that, what do y'all do next? Okay. So, yeah, Tam, without further ado, now that you guys have decided that you are actually going to go into the water, dives.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He's in the water.
As a reminder, we are not talking. We are strictly following Keithan. We won't say anything until we're spoken to. We're just gonna pretend like we are also possessed.
Right, that we're all being drawn in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Tam says, right, possessed. And he, like, crosses his eyes and, like...
Sure.
Yeah, like, tone it down a little, like, maybe.
Yeah, act like you're going towards something extremely important.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
Life or
uncrosses
death.
his eyes.
Okay. Keithan's the expert on this.
Well done.
Okay, Keithan, let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the creepy cave.
You are way too excited about this, Tam. This is
Yeah.
It's an underwater adventure. What's not to be excited about?
Potential death?
Okay, well, come on. Okay, fine. He grumpily just kind of like sinks his head lower in the water to like where it's just his eyes above, looking very stricken.
Like a hippo.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wade in with him. And,
Yeah. Time to go
I'll
in.
jump in.
Cannonball in.
You got water up my nose.
that's like kind of the point.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, that doesn't mean I know I can technically breathe it, but it's still uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think Z's just gonna hold her breath for as long as possible. She's not sure how this works.
I will go up and tickle Z.
She hits you. She just does not like being tickled.
Ouch. Do I take 1 point of damage?
I don't know. How much is your unarmed strike worth?
And definitely more than 1 point. It's actually, hold on. It's pretty 6 points of damage.
Okay, we're gonna call that 3 because she probably wasn't trying to hit you with full force.
Yeah.
On the upside, you're breathing water now.
Okay.
See, it worked.
Still
And
nervous.
also, wait, guys, get underwater with me. Get underwater with me. Come on. See, we can talk also. See, you can hear me and we can talk. It sounds a little weird, but yeah, you can just talk like a normal person down here when we're using water breathing. That's so weird. It's like in no spell descriptions that I've ever seen has it said that, but I don't know. It just works. It's almost like it just works for no other reason than it needs to.
All right, nerd.
Delightful, Tam. And then as Keithan like swims by, it's gonna like swish her tail at Tam.
Now, I do want to say, keep in mind that sound travels quite far underwater, so let's get quiet pretty early on before we get there.
Right. Okay. Ocean.
Just silent. Keithan was just swimming silently, so that's nice and easy.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying it would be a lot scarier if you were like,
I agree. It would be.
Okay, Keithan, we're following you. Okay.
I'll stay up front, like right by Keithan, and I want to keep an eye out, like just be scanning the underwater horizon for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Feel free to give me a perception check.
Okay.
I want to be in the back.
In the back? Okay, good.
I guess I'm in the middle.
Okay, cool. Sounds great.
I'm
I
looking-
love that.
I'm looking for jellies.
22 perception.
22 perception? Cool. So the ocean is surprisingly empty as you like venture deeper and deeper going towards this cave. Like, it was also pretty weirdly empty when you first saw those guards. But you guys continue on your way unaccosted until you find that gigantic deep dark mouth of the cave again.
Are the same sentries still there?
As far as you can tell, they are two guppy-faced sentries. Are you guys trying to be sneaky at all?
I think I was just gonna go straight swimming like a
Okay. Like a zombie?
very
Okay.
concerned,
Yeah, I think
just
we're
very driven. Yeah.
gonna be
Okay.
kind of like blank faced and just heading forward with purpose.
Okay, sounds good. So as you swim forward, all with vacant. Actually, everybody, give me either a performance or deception check. And also tell me which one you decide to go with, because it'll look a little bit different. Looks
Nat
like
20.
Not good.
awesome.
21.
Gnarl looks so vacant that you guys are actually worried for them a little bit. Like, if you glance over, Gnarl's whole body has relaxed as they're like slowly like kind of gliding through the water, and their eyes are like dull, and you're like, Tam was like, oh, and I also need to roll for Tam. Let's see.
So you got a 19.
Okay, awesome.
I went with deception.
Deception, okay.
That's a hot 8 for me.
8, okay.
I got a 9 for performance. So yeah.
8 and 9, okay, and Tam got an 11.
I feel like Keithan could potentially roll with advantage because they know what that feeling is, and like they were kind of driven before, and
Okay, Keithan.
Have some experience in this.
Right? Okay, Keithan. Roll again. I'll allow it. I'll allow this time.
Come on, buddy. Do better than I did.
Well, that went too far.
was it on the floor?
Yup. I rolled next to my cat. Yeah, we're gonna go with a nat 1. So nope.
Nope. Okay, thank God you
That
rolled
9
something
was doing
better.
real good. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys approach, like, the twins, they got it down. They're good. Tam, he's got his arms out kind of like a zombie, but he's got the vacant look on his face and is not zombie moaning. However, so Keithan is at the very front, and I think Fiona's probably like a little bit behind them. And like Keithan's tail whacks Fiona in the face, and Fiona's like, ah! And does not do very well with her zombie look. And Keithan is like, what? Oh, shoot. And these sentries see you and immediately aim their tridents at you, and you can hear them speak this garbled language, like, yeah, but it sounds very authoritative and I would say threatening.
Okay, I will like kind of swim to the side a little bit to let the twins come up because I can see they've got very convincing looks.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna gesture at the guards like our friends are I'll say our friends are coming this way and
Okay.
we wanted to see where they were going.
We're going to. Okay. I'm gonna the Swaggins, or not the Swaggins. They're not. We're using Swaggins stat blocks for these people, but the Guppies, they are going to. Okay. As soon as they see the very convincing zombified faces of Gnarl and Zeneral, one of them throws a spear. Gnarl, you were the more convincing of the two, so a spear goes to you.
Okay.
And that is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Okay. So for 3 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to still seem like it didn't affect me at all, if possible.
Okay. Give me a performance check.
Okay. 18.
18. Yeah, you managed to do that, and everybody, give me insight checks.
Six.
16.
16. Okay.
4.
4. Okay, and then what Tam get? What Tam get? Also not great. That's like not as good as Keithan, but better than everybody else. So Keithan and Tam, or first thing you hear is Tam says, I don't think the zombie people are on the fish people side, because from the two, Keithan and Tam, you guys are able to notice that the guards are on high alert. They're they're acting as if you guys are intruders, and you hear one do another garbled yell, as if calling for backup.
Shit.
I wish we could understand these people.
What would you like to do? We're not quite in rounds yet.
Yeah.
And I get a feeling of where destination wise, where goal was it just to this entrance, or was it it past this?
It is somewhere beyond this entrance.
Okay.
Shit. Okay, so they clearly got freaked out by the twins, so that didn't work. I'm gonna swim over to the twins and cast guidance on each of them, like a cantrip.
Okay. Okay.
But that's, I am magically able to unzombify people, so I'm gonna essentially go through the motions of panicking and doing that. Okay, wait, this is not okay. I realize this is not okay, and I'm gonna go cast spells on each of them.
Okay. Do you guys want to do a performance check to be I'm no longer a zombie?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, give me some performance checks to suddenly come into yourselves.
It's a natural 2, so 3.
No.
I got an 18.
18. Okay, so Zeneral looks pretty natural. She she like her eyes widen and she kind of shakes her head. But Gnarl, like I think Gnarl went somewhere mentally for a while. um, but when they were speared,
Wait, does guidance give us anything?
Oh, you know what?
oh yeah, you guys get an extra D4, I think.
Oh, it probably wouldn't do
Yeah.
much, but
It does though. It gives you a D4. Yeah.
should I roll? Okay.
Yeah, roll your D4s.
Got a mod 20.
Okay.
Hey, I rolled a 4, so what was it, 6? Or
6.
no, I rolled a 2, that was 3, so 7. Sorry.
So Gnarl like feels the thing, and then Gnarl in their brain is just like, oh, it's time to not be a zombie anymore, and Gnarl goes, I'm waking up from a dream. They probably don't say that, but it's very like, high school play, where in like high school theater production, if they are like dinged by like the fairy and has to come out of slumber. The fish people have their weapons at, well, one has their weapon at the ready, the other has thrown their weapon at you and hit you. So it's like it pulls out a little short sword, and they're pointing their weapons warily at you.
Did the spear pierce me at all, or did it just go past me?
I think it just barely like grazed your side before like kind of floating down.
Would I have been able to try to like grab it and like kind of hold it up, but then like drop, like performatively, I guess, drop it and then hold our hands up like this?
Make your arrow catching check. Since you're a monk, you can use your reaction to catch or deflect the missile. When you do so, the damage you take by the attack is reduced by 1d10 plus 8. If you reduce the damage to 0 and have a free hand, you can spend 1 key point to make a ranged attack. Okay, so what I'm going to interpret that to mean is like you roll a d10, and what you get is a d10 plus 8. And if that reduces the damage you would take to 0, then you would have caught it. Which we're gonna, and we're not making a ranged attack with it, so you don't have to spend any key points. But I think in this case, you don't even have to roll, because it's a d10 plus 8. So no matter what you roll, like it only did 3 damage to you, I think. So yeah, you could just, all this to say, you can just catch it. You could have caught it.
All right, then yeah, I'll have caught it.
Mhm.
And I guess at my performative state, dropped it and then put my hands up like this.
Okay.
I will follow suit.
Okay. As what Keith, Tam will also raise his hands up. Keithan and Rox, what are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, I'll follow suit. I'll try speaking Druidic to them and see if that works. That's the only other potential thing I've got.
Okay.
And just be like, I'm sorry, we're not trying to hurt you.
Okay. The two guards look at you cautiously. Look at you as a group cautiously. And seeing you guys all with your hands up, sort of in a non-threatening, surrendering way, one fish sentry. There we go. Fish sentry will say in slow, kind of broken, common. Do you speak common?
Yes.
They slowly they do not raise their weapons. They're still trained on you. They look at each other, nod, and say, You part of assault?
No, not now.
They look at Zeneral and Gnarl very suspiciously.
We were pretending. So that we thought that we had to pretend to get in here.
They give each other this incredulous look. They like look at each other and they're like,
All right.
um
You're not the ones behind this. You just greet those that come to attack, get through.
The after a couple minutes of thinking, predators attack past many days. Try to get through. We protect home.
Insight check. Do I believe?
Go for it.
Nat 20! So 22.
Okay, so with a nat 20, you can see through, like, he's, this fish person is absolutely telling the truth. They look tired. They look scared. It sounds like they are no friends of these fish creatures. It sounds like these fish creatures it's starting to sound like these fish creatures were a bigger problem for the fish people than they were for the people on land.
How many people have come to attack you?
Many. Every night.
What happens to them? Have you killed them?
We protect Queen.
And she lies behind your walls safely. We are here to help, and like looks towards Fionn.
They look at Fionn.
I don't know how to help. We would like to.
They look at Fionn. You do magic?
Yes.
I'm going to actually make an intelligence check or a wisdom check for these guys to make an assertion about you. Okay. Yeah, the other one who has been silent during most of this exchange goes, "You druid? You with Hala?"
I know Hala. I have met Hala a few days ago. Do you know Hala as well?
They nod. Hala, help. You help?
I could help, yes.
They...
Does Hala know that you need more help? I could send a message to her.
Hala help when she can. Hala other responsibilities. We protect our home.
You're doing wonderfully. I'm sorry to have threatened you accidentally.
One shrugs, the other gives you a kind of a sassy look. And also the one with the short sword looks at Gnarl and says, "Apologies. But also thought good pretend."
It was a good pretend.
It's all right. It will look cool when it heals.
They they nod and put their weapons away. We take you to Queen. She will know how help.
Okay.
And with that, one takes their trident and bangs it on the gate, and slowly the rot gate, covered in sea stuff, is raised. One sentry will stay behind, and the other, with the short sword, he needs to get a new spear, will lead you guys through this dark cave. And at first, it is very, very dark. There's very little light, and it gets darker and darker. But after a while, you begin to see some lights, just here and there. And then there are more lights, and then there are more lights. And soon, and also, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned, you guys are going down. You guys are headed in this cave, and it is going down.
So are these lights like, I don't know, like underwater, like phosphorescent thing, like plants or fish?
Yes.
Or, okay.
They're phosphorescent plants that are affixed to these walls, and they look almost like lamps, but it's kind of cool. And you guys go down, 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 but slowly there are more and more lights, until eventually you guys come into this grand chamber looking thing. There are lights everywhere, and there are several, like, it's massive, right? There are probably like 10 stories from where you are to the top of whatever this chamber is. There are circular like kind of alternate cave entrances that go every which way on these walls, and in the middle is this massive natural stone looking, like, natural stone looking castle, essentially. It's magnificent. And as you guys approach, there are many faces that look at you guys cautiously, nervously. You see a lot of, like, children, like very young looking fish people chasing these little rainbow fishes, these small schools of rainbow fishes. And the children don't seem very concerned with your presence like the older ones are. And eventually they lead you to, the front gate, or they lead you upward to where there seems to be like a landing station that's jutting out of this giant castle. And you approach another gate where there are a couple of other sentries that are much better dressed, much fancier finery that they are wearing. And the sentry you were with speaks to one of the other ones in this garbled, bubbling language that you heard before one nods, and the gate opens. You guys do not go through it quite yet. The fancy sentry swims in and leaves you alone for a moment. The sentry you were with turns around and looks at you guys. We get Finibus. royal advisor. He better come in. And he says, "Wait here, Finibus, come.
Finibus.
I do job." And then he swims away.
Yep.
And after a few minutes, you see one very plump, looking fish, kind of glide towards you in this very fine looking webbed leathery robe, that is dyed a very deep blue, and his cheeks are massive. "Hello, I am Finibus, and I am here because you are sent by Hala. Is that correct? Or work with Hala?"
Yes. We're new here and have been seeing that there's been trouble for your people, and we'd like to help if we can.
Yes, there's been much trouble. Every night we have been beset upon by these predatory, unfamiliar fish creatures. Come with me. I will explain on our way. I am taking you to meet our Queen Amaria. She will know how best you can help. But I will take my time filling you in on what has happened.
Thank you. And I'll introduce myself. My name is Fionn.
He looks at
Keithan.
Gnarl.
Sorry, I was writing. And I'm Z.
And then Tam says, "I'm Tam." He's like,
That's right.
"Are you a gnome?" And Tam's like, "No,
Yes.
I'm a, oh,
He's
yes." And Finibus, like, and he, like, makes this, like, croaking noise before shrugging.
I didn't expect anyone to believe it, so I'm just giggling.
Keithan kind of forgot Tam was there for a little bit. So like when he spoke up, was like, "Oh, that's right."
Oh, yes, we have a
Yeah.
child
Oh.
with us.
I forgot you were here.
Yes. Follow me. He, Finibus says, and, he begins to lead you through this massive, like, grand hallway. And he says, "Every night for the past month we have been beset upon by these fish creatures, that are unfamiliar to our scholars. We as Sawagin ourselves, we are familiar with creatures of the ocean, but these are different."
Unnatural.
Yes, exactly. Thank you very much. And they attempt to push through our gates, but we have managed to keep them at bay. But our forces are growing weary and thin, and things are beginning to look grim on our end. We are doing what we can to protect our home and our queen. And as he's saying this, he's leading you through this, like, again, this massive great hall, and you see, like, these what you can only assume are spelled portraits that are probably like 20 feet high, that are decorated with shell frames, and these paintings that are showing mostly this very beautiful human looking woman, with like this pink and blue flowing hair, and they are like and they're it almost seems like a chiffon kind of upon the shell frames that are gently lilting in the ocean current. Kind of it looks, and it looks either new or there's some kind of magic on it, because like stuff like this is like fancy shit that normally wouldn't last in the sea, right? It's or in salt water, because yeah, salt water is it's kind of corrosive in its way.
This is beautiful. How long have you lived here? How long have your people lived here?
Oh, our people have been here for at least 3 centuries. And our queen has presided over us for 1 century. And
How was your queen selected?
Oh, she gave us a show of immense strength when we were he pauses for a minute to like kind of collect himself. He seems very he looks a little emotional. The humans of Fishtown, he rolls his eyes, were not the first to try to settle our beach. There were ones roughly 50 years before them that attempted to invade our shores. And our Queen Amaria set them back. And we were able to live peacefully for 50 years before new humans came and created a tenuous alliance at first, but have only taken advantage since. And he makes a kind of noise, looking very annoyed.
I understand.
Yeah, very blustery noise. And through this great hall full of portraits, and like I would say just about over half of them are different like glamour shots of this woman. She mostly looks human. She actually looks like a mix of human and kind of aquatic elf. She's not blue skinned like Hala is. Also, her teeth are not sharp. But she does have these webbed ears and hands. And yes. And this pink and blue, like she looks very #mermaid aesthetic. And eventually you are led to this grand throne room where you see the woman herself. And her multicolored hair is gently lifted in the water, doing gentle swaying. And she is sitting gracefully on this throne, even though you're in the water. Like it's kind of odd to see like how shit seems to work differently. And in her hands is another rainbow fish, but its fin trails out like maybe 6 feet and is this beautiful rainbow color that is also just gently kind of waving in the ocean current, but its face is that of the ugliest fucking pug you have ever seen. Like this fish, like you can see, it's just like and she is just like sitting there petting it very idly.
amazing.
He is just awestruck with the absolute beauty of this lady.
Yeah, she's absolutely beautiful. Like, Tam is also like, oh, so pretty.
I definitely, oh, I definitely made like a, oh, at the fish noise. And then when I saw its face, oh.
Nerl can't stop staring at the pug rainbow fish. Just so enthralled by it and so confused by it and cannot wrap their mind around it.
Yeah, no, this fish is absolutely stunning with the exception of its like very grumpy, snubbed, like face. Like, you can just tell, like, it has gills that are moving, yet somehow you can still hear like the labored, like, inbred pug breathing. Like, and you guys enter, and Finibus will give a bow. Your Grace Amalia, I have come to present to you help. This is the druid, Fionn, and company. And she looks at you. She has very high highlighted cheekbones that are kind of sharp, that almost look like these cartilage kind of points. And she gives you guys a smile, and there are a couple sharp teeth, but they look mostly human. Well, hello. I am very happy to see you, and I'm very thankful for the help. Fionn and company. I'm sorry. But welcome. I'm very happy to see all of you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Your Majesty. It's an honor to meet you.
Of course. I try my best, she says, and then strokes this fish. And she says, yes, Sir Barnabas, he is my most prized possession. He is adorable, and I was so thrilled and surprised when the broodmother birthed him, and I just knew that I had to have him. And she just rubs her nose in his face, and you could just hear the... There's like it kind of like blows bubbles in her face. Oh, God. And
John's just trying not to laugh. Like, it's real cute. It's real.
And well, Amaria says, enough about my dearest son. She says, you have come to help. So you have come to defeat the witch.
Do you know the identity of the witch?
Well, I have my suspicions. There's only one person in the seas nearby, beyond the humans, of course, that would wish ill upon me.
Everything we've seen has been changing faces.
Changing faces? Well, that does certainly sound like the work of a witch.
Who is this witch? And how long has she been around? And
this is she was shunned from our society 75 years back. Her name is Monreal. She is an awful, dreadful woman that practices magic. Very well. When she was first exiled, she was no more than this kind of parlor tricking performer, a charlatan, if you will. But I fear that she has amassed more power as of late, as I've seen much chaos on the surface world in the past months, and I fear that she has somehow gotten her disgusting hands over powerful magic that she does not deserve.
We know of a wizard in town named Erfwin. Is he related, or is he involved with her?
I would not be surprised. Erfwin, that ugly little man. Oh, I abhor him. I would not be surprised if they were in cahoots, you could say. Monreal, she was always one that was eager to make friends with just anyone.
And you, your Majesty,
Your Grace.
I'm just sorry I'm not around royalty very often.
It is
She
forgiven
kinda,
this time.
Z blushes a little bit. And she's like,
She smiles at you gracefully.
can't keep it together.
It's
Your Grace, can you describe Erfwin to me?
Erfwin, yes, he is a tiny little gnome of a man with this terrible mustache and these robes that are very... You can tell he is new money.
Okay, and then Z just kind of like nods and like backs away a little bit.
Is who I was thinking of then. I understand that he's been using lightning magics.
Yes, and destroying our food supply. We have had to resort to eating some. She lifts up Sir Barnabas, our brood mother. We have had to begin to. It's been nasty business. We have been overworking our brood mother to create more of a supply to feed our people.
What have you been doing with the bodies attackers that have been coming to your gates?
We throw them for for naturally occurring predatory fishes to eat.
Yeah, they're pretty rotten, so I wouldn't recommend probably feeding it to your people.
Yes, we are civilized here. We prefer not to cannibalize whatever the fuck those are. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. As you can see, I am very affected by the danger myself, and of course, as an extension of myself, my people have been under.
DM, do I feel that this is where I was meant to arrive at?
No.
Curiosity. Okay.
No.
Past this same location?
Lower. Like you feel
okay.
like you are on top of it.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
can I do an insight check on this queen? Like, is she fucking putting on a show for us right now?
Give me an insight check.
13.
13. Okay. So I think what you can tell is she's definitely a show off is what you can tell. She's a show off, but you can't really tell if she's just like a show off because she is like a queen and a certain amount of majesty it goes with being a queen, or if she's just like bullshitting you.
Those that are attacking your gates in the night.
Yes.
Do you know what they're trying to accomplish, especially in such small numbers, night after night?
Well, they are not speaking creatures, so we have not been able to interrogate them, but we can only assume they are after me. Right? Because I am the monarch of this community, and if I were gone, there would be chaos.
And do you believe that Monreal would wish to see you?
Yes, Monreal is a vengeful, evil woman, and I would not be surprised in the slightest. She has been plotting my demise for centuries.
I'd like to do an insight check if it's okay, to see if she's like the answer to that question of like what do you think they're here for? Like did you tell me the whole truth?
Yeah, ditto. Does she really think that she's the sole object?
Right.
22.
22? She is absolutely vain enough to think that.
I was only 12, so.
I think honestly, like, from even with a 12, like, it's fairly obvious. Like, this woman, she is beautiful and she is a bit of a show off. Like, you can tell she's very vain. Um and yeah, probably is like, of course, why else would you want to attack here? I'm the most important thing we have.
Your Grace,
Yes.
it's this Monreal which kills you. What happens to your people?
They would starve. The infrastructure would collapse. No one would be able to go on. What commerce would be nothing. The value of our sand dollars would absolutely be obliterated.
Would they elect a new queen, monarch?
Elect.
Or
Oh,
if it's
well,
a
there would
lineage,
certainly
power?
there would be a power vacuum. There would be many people struggling for my position, and that would cause hurt to many others.
Does the witch want your position?
Oh, I can only assume she does. She is, not only is she vengeful, but she is power hungry. She always has been. The reason why she was cast out in the first place was an assassination attempt against me. She attempted to poison me. It was awful, dreadful event. I was in bed for weeks. I was so depressed.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank
Does
you.
she have people with her as well? Has she amassed a group as well, or does she work alone? Do you know?
As far as I am aware, she works alone. She has always worked alone because she is a very dreadful person to be around. No one likes her.
Do you know where we can find her?
Yes, I know exactly where you can find her. You can find her where I sent her. And she has this grimy little hut outside of one of my smaller fish villages that is out that way. Finibus, can you provide them with a map, please? And Finibus says, yes, of course, Your Grace. I shall provide a map post haste, and we'll swim off.
So if we were to help in any way of your choosing, would you choose us to go and defeat her?
Yes,
Or is there
I would defeat her, capture her. I would prefer, the type of defeat that you can't necessarily come back from. But, capturing her would also be fine. So I can give her the old what for and maybe a public defeating, if you will.
Your Grace, you
and
had
then we would
mentioned...
never have to worry about anything again.
Yes, of
yes,
course.
What were you saying?
You had mentioned that this witch is quite power hungry.
Yes.
Perhaps in your community there's an object that would assist her in your defeat, or for her to gain more power?
Well, I mean, there are many objects that could make one person more powerful, but none of my scouts have been able to approach her as of late. So if she does have an item of power or something like that, whatever might be making her powerful enough to mutate creatures, I would not know what it is.
But you don't have anything here as well that would draw her attention?
Except for my city and my throne.
Your role in your city, yes.
There are many things that she wants, but no specific magic items that would be specifically covetous.
Inside check.
Yeah, go for it.
Nope. That's a nat one. So 3.
Okay. Oh, I have been waiting for this. I have been waiting for a nat 1 insight check this entire campaign. Okay. So with
I'm glad I made the DM's day.
I am so excited. Okay, so this is a thing I've been wanting to do forever for a nat 1 insight check. So with a nat 1 insight check, you are going to believe something. It might be right, it might not, and it will be determined by a flip of this D2, this little coin that I have, right? So, on an octopus, can you remind me what you were inciting her for?
If there's really, essentially trying to derive if there is a magical
right, okay,
item, artifact that she's neglecting to just sidestepping because she's so center focused.
Okay.
But
so yeah, on a little octopus, you will absolutely positively believe that she is hiding something extremely powerful, something world ending, and she is keeping it from you specifically. If we get a 1, you will vehemently believe that she has nothing to offer except for her good looks. Okay? So we're going to just kind of... There's something here. You know it. You know it deep in your fucking bones that there is some... Well, you already knew deep in your bones that there was something here, but you're like...
She's definitely hiding an item.
Yeah, she's hiding an item, and she knows exactly what it fucking is.
Mm-hmm, and she doesn't want to tell us. Yeah. All right, I got it.
So yeah, that's what that is my personal DM rule for a critical fail on an insight check. You will either believe something completely wrong, or you will believe something that is wrong or believe something that is correct, but you will vehemently believe it and not know which it is.
Amazing. Does the witch Monreal work in dreams at all? I know that the folks on the dreams connected with their possession of sorts.
Possibly. Dream magic is something that is relatively common amongst hedge witches such as her.
Is there anything that we should know about?
Oh, she is extremely crafty and vengeful, and she is also a liar. She is the most perverse liar I've ever met in my entire life. Do not believe a word that comes out of her disgusting mouth.
Are there any particular abilities that we should be aware of that she has that we may need to oppose?
I have seen her murder someone with a look, so...
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
Insight check.
Do an insight check.
Yeah, same.
I want to know if this is true or not. This is too cool not to know.
Can we all do one?
Yeah. Okay. Everybody do an insight check.
12.
17.
12. Okay. That's good enough. Everybody, she looks sincere. She looked uncharacteristically serious when she was like, no, I saw her murder someone with a look.
Z just has this look of awe because she wants to know how to do that.
Tam
in Z's head.
Tam's gonna do a check.
Because that is cool. Z kind of looks at Gnarl and just nods her head a little bit.
I gotta learn how to do that situation.
Tam gasps. But then doesn't say anything quite yet. Well, and at that point, Finibus returns with a water, kind of more like a slab for you because, paper doesn't do very well underwater. And hands it to you guys, and there's a carved circle around this little hut near a small looking community, and there are just basically in the middle is this great glowing castle that is odd rock formations, and then there are tendrils that are going out to that show different places at the end of each tendril of cave, right? And there's one particularly shady, or there's one cave that goes off probably up to like the northeast. Sorry, I'm like trying to remember directions. Northeast, that seems to have another exit out of the cave system, and outside of that cave system is this rudimentary little hut.
So the cave system on the map is showing the one that we're in right now, or a different?
It is the one that you're in right now. In the very middle is the castle, and you see, like, you recognize all of the circular, like, kind of holes in this grand cavern, and that seem to go off into smaller communities at the end of each of these caves.
Oh, I see. So it's all like one underground, like, sort of nation, and they've got all these little communities.
Exactly.
Are there any like interesting looking little carved landmarks under here besides the castle? Like, is anything labeled? Like, I don't know.
Everything is technically labeled in this in not common. Right. So
I mean, like a funny looking marked.
They look kind of like hieroglyphics in a way. So they're symbolic in nature, it seems. So maybe you might be able to puzzle out, like, with a high enough intelligence check. You might be able to puzzle out sort of what some of them might mean.
All right, we'll take a look. See if I can roll well randomly. No, that's probably a no. Yeah, no.
Okay. So, yes, and Finibus points to the one that is circled. Yes, this is where we are last scouts that have seen the witch Monreal. That is where they have last reported her presence.
Well, I'm not sure. I'll look around at the rest of the group. Perhaps my companions have additional questions. I know we'll also need to speak amongst ourselves about this, if it's all right with you, Your Grace.
She gives kind of a stiff nod. Of course. You know, your time is yours to do as you wish, but I must implore you to hurry because it is about midday, and I would prefer for you to defeat her before nightfall, as that is when the creatures come, and I would prefer not to have to sacrifice more of my soldiers to them.
Look around at everybody else, see if anybody else has anything else they want to know of her.
Tam is quiet, and he's like, you can tell, like, he has like a thought, but hasn't said anything quite yet.
Narl will lean in and like try to whisper, but probably is like doing it very poorly. She's really, really flashy.
He nods.
She's fucking hot, right? Jesus Christ.
The queen just looks at you, petting her ugly ass, fit rainbow pet.
Is there someplace where we might rest for a few minutes and sort of plan out amongst ourselves what we might do?
Oh, yes, of course. Finibus, please allow them into one of my nicer rooms. I am sure you will feel very comfortable there. And Finibus nods. Of course, my queen, your grace, he says after she gives him a sharp look. And he will motion to you, come this way, please, this way. And will lead you through a couple of hallways and into a very finely decorated room that it's a little bit higher up, and he opens the door, and it looks like for this room only about half of it is filled with water. It seems, but like as the door is open, you can see that like the water that you're in right now just doesn't go into parts of this room. It seems like some kind of magic. So you guys can finally kind of feel some weight return to your bodies. but you still feel relatively warm from the ocean water that your bodies have become acclimated in. I am sure you will feel very comfortable here. Please take your time, but not too much time.
Thank you, Finibus. Where might we find you when we are ready?
Oh, I shall be right outside your door.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And he will settle right next to the door. Well, he will close the door and you can hear him kind of settle next to it.
Gnarl will poke their head out of the door. Hey, Finibus.
Yes.
Why does she want to be called My Grace instead of Queen?
That is the proper title for royalty. For a queen, Grace is the appropriate title.
All right. And then Gnarl close the door and head back over to the group.
Okay. And as you are in the room, the room is as flashy as the throne room was, and there are at least 2 portraits of Queen Amaria looking demurely at you.
I'll clamber out into the air portion of the room. I'm also thinking that it might be a little harder to hear what we're talking about since he is right outside the door if we're up here.
Same. I have the same thought.
Yeah. Tam will also go, and he's like, guys. The Monreal, the witch that the queen, the really pretty queen lady keeps talking about, I think she's a hag.
Oh, have you heard about witches?
I read about hags in one of my books. I can't really bring, I didn't bring my backpack with me because I have a lot of stuff that shouldn't get wet. But in my book that I have, it talks about hags, right? And well, obviously she's a sea hag because we're in the ocean, right? And yeah, so an ability that a hag has is if someone is already scared of her, she can look at them and they'll just die on the spot sometimes.
Oh, I see.
How do I learn how to do that?
You become a hag.
I guess I gotta become a hag.
In my book, it says it's a very painful process.
Possible retirement option, I suppose.
Also, you are frighteningly ugly as a hag. That's their thing. That's kind of what frightens people in the first place. They are so it sounds mean, but that's what it says in the books. They are so god awfully ugly that it scares people, and then they can just be like, ooh, and then the people will just die.
People are already scared of me.
Yeah, but you're
quite
still kind of pretty. You're not gut wrenchingly ugly, so.
Thanks, Tam. That was nice of you.
I guess I'm wondering if we should go ahead and do as she's asking. Does this seem like the answer? It doesn't. Seems like
I'm not 100% sure I even trust her. The queen, I mean.
Hags
yeah, she's definitely lying about having a powerful item.
Oh.
You think?
Really?
Yeah.
You look kind of crazy when you say that, though. You have a look in your eye.
I think that's just Keith.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll call it a feeling.
Okay.
Well, when you were being drawn in here, do you think you were just?
I just gesture down below, kind of thing.
Can you?
I don't want to quite say it aloud, but.
Do you still have a feeling?
Mm-hmm.
What if it is this? What is her name again? This witch's name?
Monreal.
There it is. I forgot to highlight it. What if she is turning people into stuff?
Oh, I believe that.
Or an item that's further south. You believe there's an item here, right? And you think
she's very self-centered.
It's entirely possible that Yeah, the hags tend to be kind of chaotic, and well, at least in the book it said, a lot of hags are kind of chaotic and mean. So it's entirely possible that she is doing this, but she is after something that's not the queen. Because the queen, yeah, it seems like the queen is a little full of herself.
Yeah, I wasn't getting a vibe that the queen is the ideal target. But if what she says is true about her seeking power and how she's become much stronger, I think the queen was lying. That there really is something here that she might be after, which would be a more powerful item.
Do you think the queen has one of the godly items?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Thinking about it.
Well, I suppose the first question, or the basic question here really is there anything that the queen could be hiding? Or I mean, I think she seemed all right to me. She's quite vain, of course, but this witch sounds quite terrible, and also very likely the person who is behind all of the attacks and everything. So I guess the question is, should we just start there? Because I'm not sure what the queen could be hiding that would discount the fact that this woman has been practicing witchcraft on the people. Does that make sense?
Why don't we just talk to Monreal? Because sure, this queen made a lot of points, but we don't know anything about Monreal. And if we don't even know if they are actually a hag. Right. We haven't seen them.
You're right, I guess, but if, hags are the only ones with the ability to do that, as far as I know. The death gaze thing.
Well, I'm not saying that, she's a good person or anything like that, but maybe she made some mistakes, or, maybe she isn't exactly who the queen is making her out to be.
There are two sides to every story.
True.
I almost want to talk to Hala about this. Go get an outside perspective conversation on this to see what does Hala know about this situation. If Hala has been helping with this situation, maybe we can get more information from her to confirm some of our theories. I don't want to just bust into somebody's house and go, yo, so-and-so told me that you're causing some trouble.
Well,
it's not so-and-so, it's the queen.
Well, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but it's still a so-and-so. We have no allegiance to her. We don't know anything about her or them.
Well, I don't think. I'm sorry.
No, I just don't feel right about just straight up killing someone just because somebody said they're doing things when we don't know.
Understood.
What if the queen is sending people her way to this witch's direction and is causing issues there, and the witch is only defending herself, or what if the witch has created her own community and the queen didn't like it, and it's just there's a lot of possibilities, and we only know one potential side of the story. You know what I mean?
What were you saying, Fionn?
I was just thinking that I wouldn't advocate just walking in and speaking with her immediately, or saying that we came from the queen or anything like that. I'd say we should probably try to sneak up and just observe and see what we can see. And if we were to talk to her, I wouldn't want to lead with the whole queen thing, So just travelers trying to help with the problem as we are doing. But I'd say we should try to sneak in and just look to begin with, rather than walk up to her front door, whoever this person is.
How about you guys sneak and I'll talk to her?
What? We sneak over to her to like murder her while you talk to her?
No.
Okay.
You look at her things. You investigate.
Oh, like real criminals. Yeah,
and
that
I
sounds
talked
great.
to her.
Yeah, you talk to her as like a distraction while we just look through her stuff. Yeah, I like that idea.
Search party.
I mean, you can't judge people by the way they look.
Well, I mean, historically, hags are pretty awful and ugly people.
We don't. I don't know. What if she's not?
I mean, she might not be, but you know, there are a lot of like, you know, if you heard bedtime stories and like also a lot of like other stuff about hags, you know, those are the ones that typically curse babies.
Sure, there's
like,
some hags
stories
that aren't terrible too.
Can I do like a history check? Like in some of my reading, have I read anything about hags?
Yeah, sure. Give me an Arcana check or a History check. Arcana or a History check, whichever one you want to
Do that as well? Would that be
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
Let's see, just in case.
Oh no. Oh no. Got a 1.
A nat 1. Oh, this is such
Plus-
a good.
Plus my Arcana, which bumps me up to an 8.
Wow.
Yeah.
Too bad it's a 1.
Too bad it's a fucking 1.
What a good fucking game today.
Oh my god, what is going on with our rolls, team?
Hags. Aren't they like the little paper books with pictures in them that you read? They come out monthly, like a mag. Isn't that what they are? You're not.
Yeah, I'm just giving Tam a weird look every time he says hag. I'm like,
Rox, what did you get?
6.
A 6? Okay. You definitely know that they are ugly, witchy things. They're kind of. I will say, even though you got a very low roll, I will say like they tend to be like the anti-druid.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know about the whole rifling through someone else's stuff thing right off the bat. If she does turn out to be an extremely powerful spellcaster, it probably wouldn't be a good idea to be rummaging about in her things. But why don't we go take a look?
She might curse us if we
just
get
take
caught.
a look. Exactly. So, and I suppose we could try to talk to her if we think that that's a good idea once we get there. But
yeah.
I agree we should just take one thing at a time and just gather a little more information.
Would you be able to send Hala a message of some type?
I could do that.
What are the stipulations for your message?
I send some sort of creature, so it's as fast as they can travel, and then they'll repeat my message to Hala, and then they will go do whatever they'd like to do. So it's a one-way sort of thing, but it's possible that she has the same ability, so she might be able to send something back to me. I was thinking perhaps a seabird. I could find some kind of seabird they could fly over to her. It shouldn't take too long, I think, in the air.
Like I said, I just like the idea of information. You guys know how information based I am. I just would like more info, I guess, and maybe like confirmation from Hala or something.
Yes. Well, why don't I send a bird and we can say what would you like to ask?
Team.
Or it's Keith, and do you have something?
I had a general question. How long did Hala say she's been working between the two, Fish Town and Fish People?
She wasn't the one who told us that. I believe someone else was.
Was it?
Like 50 years, I think they said.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at my notes here. Ooh.
Yeah, she's been working as like a liaison for like 50 years. She said, since Fishtown has started. Like since people of Fishtown started up, maybe she's the reason why they weren't like pushed back like the first settlers were, right?
Did she?
Potentially, but that just would mean she wasn't here before with the Montreal issues, so she might have only heard one side of it. Also, so I don't know how much she'd be able to assist for information as far as that goes.
True, I suppose it wouldn't hurt at least, but yeah, she might not know much more. Did Hala tell us that she's the one who was? I feel like somebody else told us that she was the liaison. Or did she tell us that?
I think no, I think like maybe the um oh god, like the innkeeper maybe told us that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Brian, the sailor from Darbox, the Galloping Minnow.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, I suppose we could just send a message and ask and see what happens. We could probably.
But how
head out.
long is it going to take to get back to us? Because it takes like a half a day to get there. So it's gonna.
Okay.
So the bird's gonna have to fly over there, and then.
For a bird to travel the distance that we traveled, it would probably take them a couple hours.
Yeah.
And then a couple hours back.
So are we gonna wait during that time? I don't think the queen's gonna be very happy about that.
I was thinking we could just head out and go and
yeah.
tell. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I figured we could also send a message, head out, see, travel. It's got to take us some time to get to this place, right? Like, yeah, and then maybe we'll get a message back. I don't know. But I figured might as well do two things at once, you know?
That's that. Yeah, I agree. What would I ask? Let me double check my player's going to check her spell to see how much I can say. Choose a tiny beast. 25 words.
Oh.
A really slow sending spell. And then basically the creature like gets there and then like regurgitates my voice to the person.
It just opens its mouth and it's like, hello, I'm Fionn.
I'm Fionn. Question for you. Oh, is this all my 23rd words yet? I'm going to send another bird. Please hold. Yeah. Oh, shit. And what level is this? What am I using up here? 2nd level spell. All right. That's fine. I love y'all. Okay. Can I ritual cast it? I can ritual cast it. Hooray. No spell slots. All right. 25 words.
Okay.
I guess I could just say the truth, which is that Queen Amaria has asked us to go defeat Montreal. And do you have any insight as to whether this is the right path for the betterment of the people?
Yeah. As long as that's 25 words.
I think so.
They're like, trying to solve Fishtown issue, met Queen Amaria, she sending us to Montreal to fight? Question mark? Need information. Somehow. I'm trying to fit all the information in this 25 words, and I'm just trying to nick out the unimportant words.
Right. Okay. Yeah, let me just fiddle with this for a minute. Speak amongst yourselves.
Yeah. How about the queen's hair? Oh my god, did you see the way it moved in the water?
It was so pretty.
Narlzy like picks up her hair and does this.
I wish I had hair like that.
Do you want one? I start to like grab one of my daggers.
What? Don't do what? No, stop that. No, I don't want that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know. She seems really high maintenance.
Oh, 100%.
But she's like
gorgeous.
a queen. I would assume if a queen wasn't high maintenance, other monarchs wouldn't like them.
I mean, I guess, but maybe not. obviously she did something to piss off Monreal.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
Either way, it'd be good to meet and or talk to this individual.
Mm-hmm. So, Keithan, you think there's an item here?
I think there's something that she's not saying.
Okay. I don't know.
There has to be something.
There's always something. Some people are always hiding something.
Mm-hmm.
You never trust the
She's
Lord.
trying to play it off. Yep. That airy personality.
Keithan, don't you have like a book or something? Wait, no. Z, you have a book?
I do, but I don't want to pull it out in here.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, wait, maybe, okay, I just had an idea. Maybe, what you could do, is send one of the sending stones with the animal messenger.
I don't know, though. That's not a bad idea, but these stones are precious.
You're right. I just, an idea. That way we could get a response faster.
Definitely a good idea, but, I don't know.
Oh.
But she's also a druid, so she could probably send an animal messenger back.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a message. Whew. I can ask Finibus if he can point me up towards where I might find a bird. I don't think they'll mind one bit that I'm sending a message to Hala, so that should be all on the up and up.
Yeah, sounds good.
Do we have anything else you'd like to talk about while we're in private?
I just wanted to let you guys know I don't really trust her, I guess.
You don't trust anybody.
That's right, and look how long I've stayed alive.
Okay.
How long have you stayed alive? How old are you?
I also don't remember how old we are.
Yeah, curiosity.
Oh my god, I want to say
The twins have looked aged very much. Well beyond their years.
I am going to say that
Aren't we in our
mid-20s?
Yeah,
About, I would think, early 20s.
You seem like the type that would forget your birthdays.
They're not that important.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
We'll say early 20s. Early mid-20s, yeah.
How old are you?
I don't know, how old are you?
I'm 12.
Tam is 12. I'm 24.
Oh, okay.
Keithan, how old are you?
This is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
That's how many months to figure out how old each other are.
Mm-hmm.
20, I don't really know how much it matters.
It matters.
Anyway, I suppose I was just curious.
I don't even remember their birthday.
We can just make up a birthday for you and celebrate it.
It's tomorrow. Wait, no, it's 2 days. It's the day after tomorrow. Because
It'll be the day we do the mud bath.
No,
it's the day after the solstice, because we got stuff going on the solstice, and I don't want that to compete with your birthday.
Mud bath and shrooms. I'm on that. Let's do that for our birthday.
All right.
All right, we have a deal.
I miss mud baths, so it'll be great.
We'll make it happen.
Yay, mud
As long as you
baths!
don't die.
Well, now we have something to live for.
I guess, yeah.
You didn't before?
I wink at Tam.
Oh, okay. He blushes.
I'll poke my head out the door. For
As soon as you open the door, you see, you hear, and then you see a stumbling Finibus looking, doing a relaxed. Yes. Have you rested? How are you
Anything
feeling?
happen?
Refreshed? Everything's fine.
Oh,
Dennis, I wanted to ask you earlier, what is your robes made out of? Like,
Manta ray leather.
right, yeah, because it looked like leather, but not, of course, the leather
Yes,
I typically see.
Only the queen dresses in fabrics, as it costs quite a lot of resources to protect fabrics against the harsh ocean currents. So most of us wear leathers made from other sea creatures.
it's quite striking.
Oh, thank you.
Also, I should mention.
What does manta ray taste like?
Oh, that's a good question.
They're very gamey.
I must feed you all for at least some time.
Well, it would maybe feed a family a dinner.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I guess they're not as big as I was thinking. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. Did we get a short rest? Because I should have mentioned I would have really loved a short
Yes,
rest.
you guys may have had a short rest. That's fine. I'll allow it.
Do you have a market that sells the Monterey meat,
Oh,
or like
yes.
the meats, as we pass back out?
Do you have your map? May I have your map?
Yeah. Fee on the map, or Z? Who has the map?
Yeah. So he takes out a little hammer and chisel. I'm going to need you to hold it right there, please. So thank you. So he takes a little hammer and chisel, and it chisels out like a little circle around one of the communities. This is our shopping district. It is straight to the north, and you may purchase things from there. And I'm sure if you approach our shopping area after you have taken care of the Dread Witch Montreal, I am sure our shopkeepers would be happy to bestow you upon gifts for restoring our safety.
We'll be back.
Underwater shopping episode.
Different meats like you don't get like this far out. Like, this is so exciting. Keithan seems like overjoyed, like hearts in the eyes, like, oh, this is gonna be good. At a discount potentially.
Yeah.
Oh, so much better.
Just putting in my short rest. Sorry. Okay.
Okay, so I'll look at the map and I go, so where's the witch's place again? What path are we supposed to take?
It is to the northeast, this circled area here.
Perfect.
Will we be traveling under within this large rock formation? I was wondering if I might have access to the surface briefly. I'd like to send a message to Hala.
Oh yes, of course. Just follow me. If everybody wants to go, you may, but they'll be gone for a couple minutes.
No, good. Okay, I'll be back.
Okay, so
Want to come with?
Tam goes with you.
Tam does go with you.
Tam loves you. You're like his favorite out of all of us.
So he will lead you out of the you were looking to the surface. Do you have a way to summon an animal?
Ooh, charm and good looks. Let me see here.
If you may, we have many messenger fish that can swim at great speeds, if you would like.
As long as I can see the creature, I can do it, so it's fine.
Yes, of course.
Just a little ocean humor for you there. You're a good sport, Finnibus. You're a good sport, Finnibus.
Yes, of course. He says, and he will lead you out. There is actually a hole on the top of a grated hole at the top of the castle that he will lead you up towards. That is also guarded, and you hear him go, and the gate will open, and you guys swim through, and basically there is like a straight fire way to the surface. There are just like at least 4 gates between you and there that he grumbles at to get through, and eventually your heads are bobbing above the ocean.
Okay, can I see a seabird of some kind?
Give me a perception check.
Watch the whole plan
Yeah.
fall part. Luckily, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. 23.
Okay, 23. That is good. That is good. Let me just roll something real quick. Yeah, there's a bird. There's one mottled looking seabird that is kind of like bobbing on the waves. You can see it doesn't look great though. That looks like a bird that has had a bad day.
Oh, buddy.
But he's the only one there.
Okay. I don't think I can have anything. I don't think I have anything I can feed him for goodwill.
It looks at you and goes.
Oh, buddy, are you having a rough day? I've got some mushrooms if you'd like one, but
Oh, good berries. Oh.
I don't have any of those. I'm sorry. I hold out a mushroom, see if he wants it. It's a regular mushroom, not a fancy mushroom.
A regular it looks at you and kind of like tilts its head.
Oh, all right, sorry. I don't have any fish on me. Okay, so I'd love you to send a message, please, and I will cast Animal Messenger.
Mm-hmm. Its eyes start pointing in different directions.
Oh.
And then you hear go, oh. You have one less word.
Nope. Yeah. No, I'll say the message first since we've already started that, and then I'll tell him where to go. Okay. I have one less word. Fuck. Attacked by fish people, arrived in Fishtown, hoping to help. Amaria asked us to defeat the witch Monreal. Is this the right path? Information? It was going to be any information, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Please take this message to Hala, the druid. You will know her because she has light blue skin and a large mouth full of shark teeth, but she's very nice and she won't hurt you. She'll be up the coast about miles on the beach with a few friends. Thank you.
The bird goes. The bird opens its mouth and says, "Information" in your voice, and will flap its wings and start flying, but it looks not graceful in the air. Yeah.
Oh, I think that went well, I say to Tam.
We know of this bird. We call him fuck. Shit. I had a name in my head for him, but and then it's gone. Yes,
that's a vulgar name for a bird.
We call him. We call him Oil Slick because he looks terrible.
A bit rough around the edges.
Yes, he is known to peck at our children that are curious enough to go to the surface.
I'll give him a talking to.
We would greatly appreciate it. He is a menace.
It's just like a little seagull. Okay.
But you can also tell that Finibus is absolutely the kind of guy that would call one seagull a menace.
Right. Okay, this is fabulous. Excellent. Oh, wow. I hope I didn't. Yeah, that was a perfectly acceptable message for him to overhear. Okay, off we go. Say goodbye to the surface, Tam.
Oh, yes, I was here the whole time. I love that. I loved Oil Slick. He's my favorite. And yeah, you guys all swim down back to where you were, and you all meet up. And once you all meet up, Barnabas puts his hands together. So, are you going to pursue the Dread Witch now?
Yes, we'd like to head in that direction next. So.
Good. Perfect. I will alert the queen post haste, and I will lead you out to the appropriate cave that will lead you to where you are supposed to go. But I have much to do here, so I am not able to follow you. And he will lead you out. Is there anything else you guys want to do before he leads you out? Okay. So he leads you out. He barks at some sentries to let the queen know that you guys are on your way out. And you swim through a northeastern cavern that is also that is dimly lit. But as you go through this little cavern, it starts to look less nice, or the lights seem to start looking less nice. The ones leading into the to the grand chamber, it looked like almost lamps. These ones are starting to look like just seaweed that glows, kind of, that are just kind of haphazardly stuck there. And you come upon a village, and it's in a 360-degree space. I guess you guys have been going up at an upward angle, and the cave you go up to is also about half filled. Like you have reached a surface in a sense, or an air pocket in this in this little pocket community, kind of, and there are many little huts. And I'm sorry, I forgot. Like, once you guys get to the little cave entrance, Barnabas or Finibus will be like, "Have a good day, goodbye," in his way, and swim off. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that part. You guys can say goodbye to him if you would like.
Thank you very much, Finibus.
But yes, like, it goes from being very fancy to very hobbled together. There are like several huts that are put together, like, it seems like with mud and straw. Like, this place doesn't seem nearly as grandiose as the grand chamber was. At the far end of this, and there's like, it's kind of like a little beach here. Like, there's sand. The water reaches probably like your knees, and there is sand there. And you guys are able to, there's an entrance that has another little gate that you can walk out of. So everybody give me perception checks.
Hello.
14.
I'm sorry, what was that, Gnarl?
14.
14. Keithan?
11.
11. General and Fion?
Out of 10.
10.
I don't know what's going on with my dice today.
25.
25? Okay. So everyone except General. And Tam. Tam is very excited for this.
I think I'm just too busy making fun of what's his name? Who just left us? Hold on, I highlighted it.
Finibus.
Finibus. Then I'm just going.
You're mocking him.
A little. Yeah.
Well, everybody except for Tam and General kind of start notice that this little place is oddly empty. Like, there's nobody outside. There are at least like 10, 15 huts, but nobody outside.
Is this our destination, or do we have to go farther?
You have to go farther. Monreal's home is outside of this little community.
Okay.
So you guys pass through these huts with no one interacting with you, no one to see.
Is there any evidence that everybody's just like locked up in their homes, like hiding away? Is there like, is it deserted?
I think with the 22 perception, you do notice like some eyes peering at you from like little makeshift windows.
Okay. As soon as we get through town, this little town, I suggest we sneak, so we can try to just observe a little bit when we get to her, if everyone's all right with that.
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
So, you guys.
Let me see if I can. I don't have like. See if I can do anything to help us be sneaky. Just a sec. Sorry. the least sneaky in the group? Like, who's got the worst stealth?
I
Got a
think it's
+1.
Keithan.
I have a +4. Excuse me.
Oh wow. Well, I think it's still Keithan because Tam has a +5.
I have a +1. How are the twins?
They should be pretty good.
Oh, Zenra was probably.
Theoretically.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm +6.
Oh shit! I'm gonna cast something on myself. I'm gonna cast enhance ability. And use Cat's Grace on myself, which is dexterity advantage.
Sounds good.
Okay. Ooh, spell slots. Ooh, that's fine. Worth it. Oh, I also don't take damage from falling a certain feet because I'm a cat now. Okay.
You're a cat person.
Okay.
Fionn gets cat ears and a cat tail. Fionn becomes a Neko person.
Very scared of me. And all the fish are like.
So you pass through this little village, and you go through the gate, and light, fading light. It's starting to get a little late in the day, so like late afternoon greets you, and it takes a moment for your eyes adjust to the to the sunlight. I guess I was gonna call it not artificial light, but bioluminescence is literally natural light. But as your eyes adjust, you see you begin to hear angered voices in the distance. Everybody give me your stealth checks if you want right now.
Please make this spell slot worth it. Yes, you did. Bless you. Okay.
Dirty 20.
Mm-hmm. And Rox, what did you get?
18.
18. Keithan?
16.
16. And Z?
18.
Cool. Everybody did a great job. So you guys begin to sneak, and the angered voices start growing louder and louder. And eventually you come upon a scene. You see maybe 10 of these village people with what you assume are village fish people with various simple weapons, clubs. One has a harpoon, nets, tridents, and they are all trained on this whalebone hut, where there is a woman standing out front looking very grumpy. Her hair is this dull green seaweed, and her teeth are gnarled and sharp, and her eyes are black, and she is this frail looking creature with dangerous looking claws. Looking at them very, very grumpily as they shout at her. And with that, we will end for the night.
Yes. Oh shit! Y'all, I bet we're just gonna fucking get into a fight with her right now. We'll see. We'll see what
They
happens.
will come to her defense, and I don't know.
Who knows?
Went over a sea witch.
Rox, you have stuff.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us for this intriguing episode of Ladies and Gentledice. If you missed earlier parts of the episode, up on our YouTube channel shortly, like in a day or two. And you can also catch up with all of our previous episodes on there as well. It's Ladies and Gentledice. We show our new episodes on Twitch every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And we also do reruns on Twitch on the Wednesday before the new episode airs. We'll rerun the last one at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So you can find our stuff on Twitch as well. Follow us on Twitter at Gentledice, Instagram Ladies and Gentledice, TikTok at Ladies and Gentledice. I think that's everything. Back to you, DM.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Rox. Everybody, I hope you enjoyed the episode and have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye-bye.